Hey, my friends, let's get real for a minute. You're sitting there, phone in hand, staring at a text from her that's got your head spinning. Maybe she's mad, maybe she's distant, or maybe she's just not replying at all. Your gut's telling you to fire off something quick, something emotional, something to fix it right now. But hold up. What if I told you that the key to mastering this moment isn't in your thumbs, but in your mind? Welcome to the Stoic Way, dear viewer, where texting isn't just about words, it's about psychology, and where rationality becomes your greatest ally in the chaos of relationships. The Stoic philosophers tell us something powerful. We can't control what she says, how she feels, or whether she even picks up the phone. That's fate, my friends, and fighting it is like punching a brick wall. Your hand's the only thing that'll break. But what we can control, ourselves, our thoughts, our reactions, that's where the game of human psychology starts. And trust me, it's a game worth mastering. Picture this. You're not just sending a text. You're crafting a moment, steering your own ship through the storm of emotions. Hers and yours. Sound tough? It is. But that's why we're here. Let's break it down. You've been there, right? She sends something short, like fine, and suddenly you're spiraling. Is she pissed? Did I screw up? Should I apologize? Your heart's racing, your mind's a mess. Now, according to Stoic wisdom, this is where rationality steps in like a damn good friend slapping you awake. Marcus Aurelius. He'd say something like, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. So take a breath. Step back. That fine isn't a grenade. It's just words. What matters is what you do next, not what she meant." Here's the deal, guys. Relationships, especially over text, are a battlefield of perception. She's not in the room with you. She can't hear your tone or see your face. Every letter you type is carrying the weight of your intent. And if you let emotion run the show, you're handing over the reins. The Stoics teach us self-control isn't just some noble idea. It's practical as hell. Imagine you're at the gym lifting weights. You don't jerk the barbell around like a madman. You move with purpose, with focus. Texting's the same. You don't react, you respond. You don't flail, you steer. So how do you start? First, accept what's real. She's upset? Okay, that's her state, not yours to fix. She's gone quiet? That's her choice, not your failure. The Stoic principle here is simple but brutal. Focus on what's in your grasp. You can't make her reply, but you can decide how you show up in that chat. Let's say she's mad about something you said last night. Your instinct might be to flood her with apologies. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Please don't be mad." But wait, what's that doing? It's begging for her approval, not building your dignity. Instead, try this. "I see you're upset. I'll give you space to think." Boom. Rational. Calm. You're not dodging responsibility, you're owning your part without crumbling. Now, I know what you're thinking, my friend, but that feels cold. Where's the emotion? Fair point. Stoicism isn't about turning into a robot, it's about balance. You're not suppressing how you feel, you're channeling it. Think of it like a river. Unchecked, it floods and destroys. Guided, it powers a city. When you text with reason, you're not just throwing words into the void, you're planting seeds. She might not respond right away, but she'll feel the weight of your calm, your clarity. That's psychology at work, not desperation. Let's paint a picture. Last week, my buddy Jake, good guy, terrible texter, got into it with his girl. She said something snappy about him being late again, and he fired back, "Why are you always on my case?" Predictable chaos ensued. Paragraphs of arguments, caps lock, the works. Later, he's venting to me, "Why can't she just chill?" Well, Jake, here's the Stoic take. You lit the match, bro. If he'd paused, leaned on reason, he could have said, You're right. I was late. Let's sort this out later. Short, direct, no fuel for the fire. That's the Stoic move, seeing the moment for what it is, not what your ego wants it to be. And here's the kicker, dear viewer. This isn't just about avoiding fights. It's about who you become. The Stoics hammer this home: virtue is the goal, not her validation. Every time you choose rationality over impulse, you're not just winning her respect, though that might happen. You're forging yourself into a man who can handle anything: texts, breakups, life. It's like armor, guys. You build it one choice at a time. So, next time your phone buzzes and your pulse jumps, remember this: texting isn't the problem. It's the arena. The Stoic philosophers tell us the real fight is within. Master that, and you're not just typing words, you're shaping thoughts, hers and yours. Calmly, rationally, like a man who knows his worth doesn't hinge on a reply. Where do we go from here? Stick with me, we've got more to unpack. All right, my friends, let's dive into the thick of it. You've got the basics down. Texting isn't just about words, it's about psychology, and the Stoics have your back with their razor-sharp focus on rationality. But now we're stepping into the real arena. Those moments when the stakes feel high, when her reply or lack of it has you second-guessing everything. Dear viewer, this is where the rubber meets the road. Part 2 is all about Stoic practice. How to master 3 texting secrets that'll not only keep you steady but have women craving your messages. Ready? Let's roll. Picture this: you're texting her after a rough day. Maybe you had a fight or she's pulling away, and your phone's sitting there like a loaded gun. Most guys, hell, most of us at some point, fire off something lame like, "Hey, what's up?" or "How was your day?" And then what? Nothing. The convo fizzles out like a flat soda, and you're left staring at the screen, wondering why she's not biting. The Stoic philosophers tell us why. It's not about her, it's about you. You're not giving her anything to grab onto, no spark, no depth. You're just tossing pebbles into a void. But here's the good news. With a little Stoic wisdom, you can flip that script. So what are these 3 texting secrets? They're not tricks or pickup lines. Nah, that's not the Stoic way. These are rooted in reason, self-control, and a bit of human psychology that Marcus Aurelius himself would nod at. Let's break them down one by one and see how they work when the chips are down. First up, text with purpose. The Stoics teach us that every action should align with virtue, meaning, don't just text for the sake of texting. Ask yourself, what's my aim here? If she's pissed and you're trying to smooth things over, don't hit her with a weak, "You okay?" That's lazy, my friend. Instead, try something deliberate. "I know things got heated earlier. I'm here when you're ready to talk." See the difference? It's not begging or groveling. It's clear, it's rational, and it shows you've got a grip on yourself. She'll feel that strength, and trust me, it sticks with her longer than some needy plea. Let's paint a scene. Say she's mad because you bailed on plans. Life got in the way, it happens. Your buddy Dave might text, "Sorry, babe. I didn't mean to ditch you. Please don't hate me." All emotion, no spine. A Stoic, though, he'd pause, breathe, and go with, "I messed up tonight. Work ran late. Let's figure out a redo." Short, direct, owns the mistake without collapsing. That's purpose. It's not just words. It's a signal of who you are. And here's the kicker. She might not reply right away, but that calm confidence plants a seed. She'll start wondering about you when her phone's quiet. Second secret, trigger curiosity. According to Stoic wisdom, we don't control her thoughts, but we can damn well influence them, rationally, of course. Most men text like they're filling out a form. Boring, predictable. "How's your day?" Yawn. Women don't crave small talk. They crave a spark. So, give her something to chew on. Let's say she's been distant. Instead of, "Why aren't you texting me back?" which screams insecurity. Try this. "Caught myself laughing at that story you told last week. Still don't believe you pulled it off." Boom. It's light. It's specific. It pulls her back to a moment you shared. She's hooked. Now she's thinking about you, not ignoring you. I'll let you in on something personal here. A while back, I was texting this woman who'd gone cold after a great date. I could have panicked, but I leaned on the Stoics, focus on what's in my control. So I sent, "Just saw a dog that looked exactly like that mutt you said chased you. Had to double check it wasn't him." Nothing heavy, just a nudge. 2 hours later, she's texting back, "No way, where?" Curiosity got her. She didn't just reply, she engaged. That's the Stoic play. You don't chase, you invite. And when she bites, she's craving more. Third secret, embrace silence. This one's tough, guys, but it's pure Stoic gold. Epictetus would say, "You don't control her response. Accept that." Most men freak out when she doesn't text back fast. They double text, triple text, spiral into "she hates me" territory. But silence is your ally. When you text with purpose and curiosity, then let it sit. You're not just waiting, you're showing you're unshaken. Say you send, "Thought of you when I heard this song. Let me know if it's your vibe." She doesn't reply? Fine. You don't prod. You live your life. That quiet strength screams louder than any follow-up. Think about Jake again, my buddy from last time. After his blowout fight, he kept texting her, "Hey, you there? Come on, talk to me." Desperate, messy. If he dropped one solid message, "I get why you're upset. I'll check in tomorrow," and left it, she'd have felt his control, not his clinginess. Silence isn't weakness. It's power. And when she does come back, she's drawn to that steadiness. Women crave a man who doesn't flinch. Now, my friends, here's where it gets real. These secrets, purpose, curiosity, silence, aren't just about her craving your messages. They're about you growing into a man who doesn't bend to every breeze. The Stoics hammer this home. It's not her approval you're after, it's your own virtue. Every time you text like this, you're training yourself to handle the chaos of relationships with a clear head. Ever notice how a guy who's always reacting looks smaller? Compare that to the dude who stands firm, calm, deliberate. Who do you think she's thinking about later? Let's wrap this with a scenario. She's stressed, snapping at you over text about something trivial, like you forgot to ask about her big meeting. Instinct says argue back or over-apologize. But you go Stoic. Purpose. Sounds like today was rough. Your meeting didn't go easy, did it? Curiosity. Bet you still crushed it, though. Any worse stories? Silence. Drop it there. No groveling, no pushing. She might stew for a bit, but that mix of care and cool, it lingers. Next thing you know, she's texting, "Yeah, it was a mess. Thanks for asking." You didn't just fix it, you made her want more. So, dear viewer, that's the Stoic practice in action. When challenges hit, these 3 secrets keep you grounded. And yeah, they make your messages magnetic. But we're not done yet. Stick around. Next time, we're digging deeper into how this shapes your mind, not just your phone. All right, my friends, we've walked through the Stoic texting playbook, purpose, curiosity, silence, and you're starting to see how this isn't just about winning her over, but about mastering yourself. Now, dear viewer, we're stepping into the heart of it all, cultivating Stoic virtue. This is part 3, where we dig into how you grow through this, how you turn those texting moments into a forge for wisdom, self-control, and that unshakable calm the Stoics chase. Relationships throw curveballs, and texting's often where they land. So let's talk about how you build the kind of man who doesn't just survive those hits but thrives because of them. Imagine this. It's Friday night, and you've been texting her all week. Things were good, flirty, fun, flowing. Then, out of nowhere, she goes quiet. No reply to your last message. No explanation. Your phone's sitting there, mocking you, and that old itch kicks in. Check it again. Send something else. Figure out what's wrong. Sound familiar? Most guys would crack here, firing off a "Hey, you okay?" Or worse, a needy "Did I say something?" But not you, my friend. Not anymore. The Stoic philosophers tell us this is the moment, right here, where virtue gets built. It's not about her silence. It's about what you do with it. Let's start with the big one. Distinguishing what you can control from what you can't. Epictetus. He'd grab you by the shoulders and say, her reply? Her mood? That's not your domain. Your thoughts, your actions. That's where your power lies. So, she's not texting back. Fine. That's her move, her world. Your job? Stay steady. Don't let that silence yank you around like a puppet. Instead, you lean into reason. Maybe she's busy. Maybe she's pissed. Maybe she's just not feeling it tonight. You don't know. And here's the kicker, you don't need to know. What you can do is decide how you carry yourself while that phone stays quiet. Here's how it plays out in real life. Say you sent her something playful earlier. Caught myself grinning at that dumb joke you made last night. Your trouble. No response. Hours later. Old you might have spiraled. Refreshed the chat. Overanalyzed every word. Texted again to fix it. But now, you set the phone down. You hit the gym, read a book, cook something decent. Life goes on. Why? Because, according to Stoic wisdom, your worth isn't tied to her reply. That's freedom, guys. That's the first brick of virtue, self-control, laid down in a moment that'd break most men. Now let's talk wisdom, making smart calls when the pressure's on. Relationships, especially over text, are a minefield of missteps. She says something snarky, like, "Oh, glad you finally remembered I exist." And your blood's up. Instinct says snap back, defend yourself, prove a point. But hold on. The Stoics teach us to pause and judge with clarity. Is this worth a fight? Is she baiting you, or just venting? You take a beat, let reason cut through the noise. Maybe you reply, "Yeah, I've been slammed. Missed you though." Or maybe you don't. Either way, it's not knee-jerk. It's deliberate. That's wisdom growing, my friend, and it feels damn good when you nail it. Picture this one. She's stressed. Work's a mess. She's short with you over text. "I don't have time for this," she snaps after you ask about her day. Ouch. Ego wants to bite back. "Fine. Forget I asked." But you don't. You channel Seneca here. Anger's a choice, not a must. So you go with, "Rough day, huh? I'll catch you when it calms down." No sarcasm, no groveling, just steady. Later, she texts, "Sorry, I was a jerk. Thanks for not making it worse." That's not luck. That's you cultivating judgment. You didn't just dodge a fight, you built trust. And trust me, she's thinking about that calm strength when she's scrolling later. Here's where it gets deeper, dear viewer. This isn't just about dodging drama. It's about the calm that comes when you live this way. The Stoics call it tranquility, and it's like a quiet fire inside you. Every time you choose reason over impulse, you're not just texting better, you're becoming better. Let's say she's pulling away, and your gut's twisting. You could flood her with messages, chase that validation. But instead, you lean on fate, another Stoic gem. If she's done, you tell yourself, "I'll be fine either way." And you are. That's not numbness, that's peace. It's knowing your value doesn't hinge on her thumbs. Let's get real with a story. A guy I know, call him Mike, was hung up on this woman. She'd text him hot and cold, stringing him along. One night, she ghosts mid-convo. Mike's fuming, ready to unload a paragraph of hurt. But he'd been chewing on this Stoic stuff, so he stops, breathes, thinks, I can't make her care, but I can keep my dignity. He sends one line, hope you're good. Night. That's it. Next day, she's back apologizing. But here's the win, Mike didn't need that reply. He'd already found his footing. That's the Stoic payoff, calm in the storm, whether she answers or not. So how do you build this every day? Start small. Next time you're texting her and feel that itch, check her reply time, overthink her tone, catch yourself. Ask, what's in my hands here? If it's just waiting, wait like a man who's got his shit together. If it's responding, make it sharp, not sloppy. Maybe she says, I'm not sure what I want right now. Don't panic text your way into a corner. Try, take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Rational, firm, no begging. You're planting virtue, not chasing her mood. And here's the beauty, my friends. This spills beyond texting. That self-control is there when she's in the room, when life kicks you in the teeth. The Stoics say virtue's like a muscle, work it and it grows. Ever notice how a guy who's steady in a crisis draws people in? That's you now. She might not say it, but she feels it, that quiet power when you don't flinch. And when she's lying awake, replaying your words, it's not some clingy rant she's stuck on. It's that calm, clear strength. Look, I'm not saying it's easy. Some days you'll slip, fire off something dumb, stew over a K reply. That's fine. The Stoics don't demand perfection. They demand effort. Each stumble's a chance to flex that reason muscle again. Maybe you overreacted last night. Own it. Text her. Got heated there. My bad. Let's reset. Short, honest, done. You're not groveling. You're growing. And that, dear viewer, is what this is about. Not just mastering her thoughts, but mastering yours. So where does this leave you? Stronger than you were yesterday. The Stoic philosophers tell us the good life isn't her approval. It's your character. Every text you send with purpose, every silence you embrace, every snap you don't take. It's you forging wisdom, courage, justice. Yeah, justice, treating her with respect, not neediness. That's the man she'll think about long after her phone's down. And even if she doesn't, you're still standing tall. That's the Stoic win. Stick with me, guys, we've got one more round to go. Next time, we're locking Iglio in that inner peace for good. All right, my friends, here we are, the final stretch. You've walked with me through the Stoic texting trenches. Purpose, curiosity, silence, and the forging of virtue. Now, dear viewer, we're hitting the pinnacle, part 4, the Stoic ultimate wisdom. This is about triggering emotions, planting ideas, and making a woman think about you long after she's put her phone down. And yeah, we're tying it all together with how grabbing that free ebook, The Female Mind Control Handbook, can unlock hidden secrets to bring you unshakable inner peace. Buckle up, because this is where it all clicks. Let's set the scene. It's late, your phone's quiet, and you've just sent her a message that's been simmering in your head. Maybe it's after a tense day, or maybe things have been smooth but you want to leave a mark. Most guys, they'd toss out something generic, night, talk tomorrow, and call it done. But you, my friend, you're different now. The Stoic philosophers tell us that life's not about coasting. It's about living with intent. So when you text, you're not just typing. You're crafting something that lingers, something that tugs at her mind when the screen goes dark. How? Let's break it down. First off, triggering emotions. Sounds manipulative, right? Relax, it's not about playing games. The Stoics teach us that emotions aren't the enemy. They're part of the human deal. What matters is how you handle them, yours and hers. Say she's had a rough day, venting about her boss over text. You could go with, that sucks, and leave it there. But that's not you anymore. Instead, you lean on reason and aim deeper. Sounds like your boss is testing your patience. I'd bet you still ran circles around him today. What's that doing? It's not just sympathy. It's a spark. You're seeing her strength, not her stress, and that hits different. She feels it even if she doesn't catch why right away. Here's the real kicker, though, planting ideas. According to Stoic wisdom, we don't control her thoughts, but we can sow seeds that grow when we're not around. Think of it like tossing a pebble into a pond. The ripples keep going. Let's say you're wrapping up a convo. Most guys sign off with "see ya." Boring. Forgettable. You go with, "Just remembered that time you outsmarted me at trivia. Still impressed." Night. It's light, it's specific, and it sticks. She's lying there later, phone down, and bam, that memory's replaying. You're not begging for attention. You're giving her something to chew on. That's psychology meeting Stoic intent. Now picture this. You've been texting back and forth, maybe flirting a little. She says something cheeky, like, "Your trouble." You know that? Old you might have deflected or overplayed it. But now, you channel Seneca's calm and fire back. Only the good kind. Keeps you guessing, doesn't it? Then you drop it. No follow-up, no push. Silence does the rest. Hours later, she's still grinning about it, or better, texting you out of the blue. Why? Because you didn't just reply, you left an imprint. The Stoics would say that's virtue in action. Self-control with a purpose. So how do you make her think about you long after the chat's done? It's not magic, guys, it's method. Take a real moment I saw play out. My buddy Tom, decent guy, used to be a texting mess, was vibing with this woman. One night, she's tired, signing off early. Instead of "sleep well," he goes, "Dream something wild tonight. I'll want the story tomorrow." Nothing heavy, just a nudge. Next day, she's texting him, "Okay, you won't believe this dream I had." He didn't chase, he planted. She couldn't shake it. That's the Stoic play, rational, deliberate, unforgettable. But here's where it gets deeper, dear viewer. This isn't just about her. It's about you finding peace. The Stoics hammer this home. True calm comes from within, not from her reply. You're not texting to win her over. You're texting to live your values. Reason, courage, dignity. Let's say she doesn't bite. You send that killer line and crickets. Old you would have spiraled, refreshed the chat, questioned your worth. Now, you shrug. Her loss. You think and mean it. Why? Because, as Epictetus would say, what need is there to worry over what's not mine to command? That's freedom, my friend. That's the Stoic endgame. Now, let's talk that ebook. Asterisk the Female Mind Control Handbook star. Sounds intense, right? Don't get it twisted, it's not about control in some creepy way. It's a toolkit, packed with hidden secrets that line up with this Stoic vibe. Think of it as a cheat sheet for decoding the chaos of emotions, hers and yours. It's got insights on why she reacts the way she does, how to read between the lines, and how to keep your cool when the stakes feel high. Grab it free, and you're not just getting pickup tips, you're getting a crash course in human nature that'd make Marcus Aurelius proud. Let's paint a picture with it. She's mad. Texts you something sharp, like, "You never listen." Instinct says argue or grovel. The ebook? It'd point you to what's behind that anger, maybe insecurity, maybe exhaustion. So you don't bite the bait. You go Stoic. I hear you. Let's sort this when we're both clear. Rational, firm, no fuel on the fire. Later, she's back softer because you didn't escalate, you steered. That's the handbook's edge. It's practical psychology, Stoic style. And when you pair it with what we've covered, you're a force, man. Here's the payoff, guys. When you text like this, triggering emotions, planting ideas, you're not just some dude she chats with. You're the guy she can't quite figure out, the one who feels steady when everything else wobbles. She'll feel that pull toward you, even if she doesn't get why. Maybe it's 2 a.m., and she's replaying your words. wondering how you stay so damn calm. That's not luck. That's you mastering the game. But the real win, you're not losing sleep over it. You've got that inner peace, the kind that comes when you know your worth doesn't ride on her response. So how do you start? Next time you're texting her, pause. Ask, what's my move here? Make it deliberate. Something that stirs her, lingers but keeps you grounded. Maybe it's, you popped into my head today. Still can't believe you pulled that off last week. Drop it there. Let it sit. Then live your life. If she bites, great. If not, you're still good. That's the Stoic ultimate wisdom. You're not chasing her thoughts. You're shaping yours. And trust me, she'll feel it long after her phone's off. Oh, and that ebook? Snag it. It's free, it's sharp, and it'll hand you the keys to tie this all together. The Stoic philosophers tell us knowledge is power. Pair it with practice, and you're unstoppable. You'll see her respond differently, sure, but more than that, you'll feel different. Calm, clear, like a man who's got this because you do. That's it, my friends. We've walked the path. Texting, virtue, peace. You're not just a better texter now, you're a better man. Go live it. Stoic philosophy tells us that the true strength of any relationship lies not in the fleeting emotions or external responses we chase, but in the steady cultivation of our own rationality and self-control. By anchoring ourselves in virtue, through deliberate purpose, thoughtful curiosity, and the courage to embrace silence, we not only navigate the unpredictable waves of human connection with dignity, but also forge an inner peace that endures beyond any single conversation. The Stoic masters would urge us to practice this daily. Pause before you reply, reflect on what you can control, and let reason guide your words. In doing so, we embody a wisdom that transcends the moment, offering a timeless compass for relationships and a life well lived.